Here to talk about the rise of Skywalker.
AKA the rise of the best movie, but it's still trash.
Yeah, I guess you kind of cut to the chase. Boy, there's a lot of points to hit on, and what was wrong with this movie?
It's sad to say it's the best movie too.
Yeah, I think it was the best out of the Disney trilogy, but it just didn't answer enough questions. They didn't answer what's her name, Moss or Hoss, whatever. How she got Luke's lightsaber? She said something.
How Hosk was the rebel spy, like
Yeah, they just kind of killed him, and that was it. He didn't have much of a part.
how Kylo died, how he just disappeared.
Yeah, then
I think I know how, because Han Solo
but let's start at the beginning. Let's start how it started. It starts off with Kylo whooping people up, and then he goes to the Emperor's planet. I wasn't clear on why he was there. It looked like he was trying to kill the Emperor. I wasn't sure.
When they were talking like normal.
And the Emperor says something like his voice is changing to Snoke to Vader, telling him he's every voice he's ever heard.
Snoke. And but when you see Kyle walking by, look like Snoke, like they were trying to rebuild Snoke.
Yeah, like Snoke was a clone in a Bacta tank. I think the Emperor said he created Sloane. And
Sloane.
I said Sloane. Snoke. But I think he said the Emperor said he created Snoke, and he's learned how to come back after being killed in the Death Star. But he never even mentioned how he came back. He just said like he learned how to cheat death and all that. But it was like, man, what are you talking about? Like,
he said he died multiple times. Like we saw him die once, and that was it.
Yeah, I was like, well, if you know how to cheat death, like if you get killed in this movie, you're gonna just keep coming back every couple of years. And
yeah.
And I was waiting for what's the little alien's name that had Luke Skywalker that gave it to Rey in The Force Awakens. What's her name? Moss.
No, it was Han Solo's friend, one of his friends.
Yeah, and she said something about in The Force Awakens. I thought she said she had been watching them all their lives. I was waiting for her to explain where and how she was doing all this, but that wasn't explained.
Yeah, how do you make Snoke? What I thought that was like Mace Windu, like when he shot lightning. Since he can cheat death, he could probably got him back to life and then made him Snoke because the scar on his face.
Yeah, and the thing too I didn't like about it how they keep having powers that you don't see in other movies.
Like heal, like.
Yeah, they can touch somebody and heal them. I mean, they showed that in The Mandalorian, but that's something different. So that's kind of, all right for them. But this, and then they're Rey's doing force lightning, pulling down ships, and thought she killed Chewbacca and didn't. I'm like,
it was a different ship.
Yeah, he's on a different ship. Chewie's not really dead. But it was just like. And I know I'm jumping around because there's so many things that's wrong with this movie. Like the Emperor's on his planet, and then all of a sudden you see look like 20,000 Sith when before they said there could only be 2. So I'm like, where'd all these guys come from? Like,
and if they can heal, what can the Emperor do? If both of them can heal each other. Because I'm thinking the Emperor can heal all those Sith that died if he can cheat death.
Yeah, that movie.
And he shoots all the lightnings through the rebel. Like we never seen him do that. He's dead, and how's he more powerful? Or is he doing like what Obi-Wan did? He said, "You kill me."
Yeah, I'll be even more powerful than before. That's another thing. They cut out a scene I heard with Anakin and Luke, and everybody's gonna be fighting the Emperor. I guess showing that they are stronger once they've been killed or just.
They should have did.
Yeah, and they cut that out.
They should have did all the Sith versus all the Jedi, like the Clone Wars, how that on the battlefield, how the lightsaber, the Jedi versus the Sith, and it should be Rey versus the Emperor, the big thing.
But they gave Rey so many powers. It's like she didn't even need training. She just wakes up and is better than everybody. And it's like
I am all the Jedi.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it comes down. Spoiler alert! I know everybody's seen it, but when the Emperor's shooting him, shooting her with this lightning, and it's reflecting back. People are like, why didn't he just stop shooting her if it's gonna reflect back?
And she said kill him, and then she does, and then
yeah, it's like he was telling her to kill me, and then like his spirit would go into her. It's like, well, she did kill you. Maybe not the way you wanted, but isn't that what you asked for? So I don't know.
And how did Kylo Ren disappear? I think one of the reasons, because remember when he told his dad he was a joke, he was a thought. Then Han Solo told him, "No, you're a thought." Then he disappeared after Rey kissed him like that.
Yeah. That movie's all over the place. Han Solo makes a cameo. Lando, I thought he's gonna have a bigger part, but he's just give my love to Leia. It's like, all right,
yeah,
kick rocks out.
Yeah, and then she says, "Well, let's find out." That's it of that. Remember the girls. Lando said, "Where are you from?" And the girl said, "I don't know." She said, "Let's find out." That's it.
Yeah, I thought the I'm not sure her name, the African American young lady with the hair. I thought that was gonna be Lando's daughter. I thought Finn was gonna be his son, but that didn't happen. But speaking of Finn, they act like he was Force sensitive in The Force Awakens, like he might end up a Jedi, and they kind of hinted at that in this movie, but then he never became a Jedi.
I thought he could feel where she's at.
Yeah, it's like all he did.
On one part.
Yeah, it's like all he did was hint at it and keep yelling,
"Ray!" Yeah, all he said was "Ray."
What's funny is though, I remember in Return of the Jedi, before they did the special edition, me and my mother, she took me like 13 times to see Return of the Jedi. I liked that movie so much at the time, but we noticed right before the credits came on, it used to sound like the Emperor laughed. And when they put out the special edition, I stopped hearing it. So I used to wonder, are they going to try to come back and bring the Emperor back? And here we are, 30 years later or more, and he's back, which doesn't make sense. He falls, ship blows up. Oh, another thing. What'd you think about the Death Star disintegrated and blew up to there's nothing left? Now all of a sudden there's big chunks left on the planet. What'd you think of that?
Yeah. And it makes sense how the Emperor, if he, how he was disappearing if he was already supposed to be dead. He would have been dead if he used his own power against him.
Yeah, and these movies start off, if you look at A New Hope, they start off kind of innocent, and they've gotten creepier and creepier. The Emperor looks like a talking corpse. He's
that machine holding him up, to keep him alive.
Yeah, he's on some weird crane carrying him around and all this dark, creepy.
And how she puts the lightsaber in her back. I don't know how they didn't stab her. Because she puts it in her back and Kylo has it. How?
Yeah. And speaking of that, how come when they're fighting lightsabers, they keep coming in different worlds, the background's changing?
Then they leave, then Kylo leaves.
Yeah.
Over.
It's all over the place. Did I mention Han Solo? Yeah, he came back for it.
They killed Leia over here.
Yeah, well,
like how Luke did, but she didn't really do anything. She was just worried, and she could feel that.
Yeah, Leia says, Ben, Kylo, whatever, Ren, and I guess just by
she says Ben, Dad.
Yeah, she says Ben or whatever. Next thing you know, by I guess projecting her voice across the galaxy. Apparently, like someone else said on a different YouTube channel, apparently using the Force kills people now. So that wipes her out. And I'm like, oh my gosh. Yeah. It's just not. They try to give little...
Chewbacca cried, and he didn't do that for Han Solo. All he did is shot one of them. Yeah,
Chewbacca breaks it down when Princess Leia dies, but he didn't really... He just kind of screamed when Han Solo died, who was his best friend or whatever, but... I just think they could have answered more questions and done more, but...
In the Falcon, I thought they didn't even have that, because where'd they find that at? Because they're on a ship.
The Millennium Falcon?
Yeah, where was that at?
Yeah.
How'd they know how to fly it?
J.J. Abrams had to try to clean up Rian Johnson's mess. He even took a shot at him, if you paid attention in this movie, when she gave him the lightsaber or something, he said something like, don't disrespect your weapon, because in The Last Jedi... Rian Johnson had him throw it over his shoulder, and I think that was a shot J.J. Abrams was saying, yeah, I'm getting you back for that little mistake. But I think they should be done with it. Rey says at the end, what does that person say? What's your name? And then she says...
Rey.
Skywalker. Now she's a Skywalker instead of,
Then
she's,
she'll go down the path Luke did, then she'll train someone else, then they'll go down.
yeah. Some people were saying that she might have been a Palpatine though way back because just how she used her lightsaber was like him. And others say, nah, Disney just thought of bringing Palpatine back to save the franchise because The Last Jedi was so horrible. But it's like the movies don't connect because Rian Johnson kind of messed it up with The Last Jedi. I mean,
Everyone thought they were going to show the Emperor more than they did. They really showed.
Yeah, Snoke's character was a waste of time. Finn didn't do anything but scream as usual.
And how does he say, I saw Raw, untamed power, then dies? And if he's so powerful, the Emperor, then how does he know that he should know that would happen?
Yeah.
And Snoke, I don't think he made that up because Ray saw it too. Because he said that's every voice, and Ray saw it too. So I don't see how that.
Like me and my son said, it was the better of all the 3 Disney versions, but I don't even count it as part of the old original trilogy. I mean, the Emperor all of a sudden has 10,000 star destroyers that come out of the ocean. Like, how'd you create a bigger empire than the first one? And everything's, I mean, he just comes back bigger and stronger, and then they get defeated. Oh, yeah, Lando comes out with these ships out of nowhere.
And he says, yeah, I think it's over. Well, there's more of us.
Yeah, there's more of us. Like, how'd you get this together all of a sudden? Someone did a breakdown, like there's 10,000 members on each Star Destroyer, so how did they just come out of nowhere and defeat these guys? They just do a lot of stuff and don't tell you how.
It was like no point in Clone of the Wars if they're just clone.
Return of the Jedi didn't make any sense if they could just come back. I mean, they go to Endor again, I guess, trying to bring back nostalgia.
You notice how they celebrated again? Then he'll come back again.
Yeah, they could. If Emperor learn how to cheat death, he can just keep coming back every time we need a villain.
Until it's really dead in real life.
Yeah, Palpatine. So I guess he had a son and wife or something. They could do a story on that, but I don't know. George Lucas, thanks a lot for selling the company to Disney. Anyway, it was a day out, but that's about 2 hours and 30 minutes of my life I'll never get back. But I had a good time with my son here, with his Slurpee, or was it a Frosty Slurpee? Something?
Yeah, it was a waste of money.
Yeah, but hey, you live and learn.
Yeah.
You see
better than probably all of the movies from Star Wars that George Lucas made them.
Yeah, am I forgetting anything? Let's see. Are we forgetting anything?
I kind of didn't get when Ray got this. Remember Ray's parents? Like, they didn't explain who they were.
It just kind of brushed over, and then I was looking for the movie to bring back some nostalgic feelings and get you emotional. It didn't really. If you can't tug at people's emotions, you lose the old audience, and the new audience is just kind of sitting there just staring at the screen. So,
right.
Yeah. So out of 5 thumbs up, I give it a 2. What would you give it?
And when Rey killed the Emperor with all the Jedi, she was laying there like this.
Yeah,
for like 5 seconds.
Yeah, she kisses.
30 seconds.
Kylo heals her wound, and then whatever, she kisses him, then he dies or something, and then I don't know. It's just they could have done more with that final battle than just some force lightning, and then he's dead. It's
I don't know how Luke died either, because he uses.
Yeah, that was.
Like, how did he project himself?
Yeah, I mean, they got powers that they never.
Yeah, didn't part of it, I don't know if this was part of the movie, didn't Luke kiss Leia on the head, or was that the last movie? Star Wars, right? The other one. Last Jedi.
I know he kissed her in Empire Strikes Back, and then people later was like, hey, you just kissed your sister, bro. I found out later, but he didn't know in Empire Strikes Back. I guess George Lucas didn't know he was going to take it there either. But what did you say you give it out of 5 thumbs up? 5 being the best, 1 being the worst. What would you give it? Your honest opinion. You give it what?
3.
You give it a 3?
Yeah, no, 1.5.
My son gives it a 1.5.
It's between 2 and 3. I think I'll go with 2.5.
Yeah, I think the guys that wrote The Mandalorian should have written this movie.
Yeah.
Because that's a pretty good show right there. They got something going with that. They need
Not
to
the
keep
Baby
it.
Yoda part though.
Yeah, no more punching Baby Yoda. We didn't like that. But anyway, beat down the like button, comment, share, subscribe.
And let the Mandalorian beat down the guys that punch Yoda.
Yeah, the biker scouts. Don't let me see you out there in the streets. I got something for you. Anyway, see you next time. Say bye.
Alright, bye. See you next time.